This is the mighty over Pat Freeman with our weekly sports update. Once again, we are looking at the OTA practices for the Buffalo Bills, and we are seeing now that Shawne Merriman has been cleared to practice with the Buffalo Bills fully, and that means that he is on a timetable for training camp and the rest of preseason. We are hoping this once great player is back to form and ready to perform for the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills have such an interesting situation. They now have Mark Anderson at defensive end, Shawne Merriman at defensive end, Kelsay, the ailing veteran, still here at defensive end, and Super Mario Williams at defensive end for the Buffalo Bills. This is going to be one of the most formidable pass rushes in the NFL this year if these guys can stay healthy. Along with, in the middle, the up-and-coming Marcell, Dareus, and Kyle Williams should be back from injury. This defensive line is probably one of the best defensive line combinations in professional football. We haven't said that from here in Western New York in such a long period of time that it makes your head spin, because the Buffalo Bills have been truly a struggling franchise on the football field for a number of years. But this year tends to be different. Once again, defensive ends, Mario Williams, Shawne Merriman, Kelsay, and Mark Anderson, I believe will make up a gruesome four-man pass rush that very few NFL teams will be able to block, with the combination of Marcell, Dareus, and Kyle Williams in the middle, and they're being backed up by Alex Carrington, Terrell Troop, and Kellen Hurd. Buffalo Bills have a tremendous defensive line, and you can't forget Dwan Edwards and Spencer Johnson also competing for jobs. Vince Young is taking snaps, getting along very well with Ryan Fitzpatrick, but many in the back of their minds, like me, believe that Vince Young will be the starting franchise quarterback for this football team before all is said and done. Also, I want to mention the stadium once again. It does not seem that our elected officials are willing to entertain or even look at the idea of building a stadium in downtown Buffalo. This is one of the saddest days in Western New York, whereas this could be a game changer for our community. A stadium in downtown Buffalo, if it is made part of a convention space project, could attract more than 4,200 new jobs, could enhance our economy by more than $2.2 billion, could enhance our hotel space by more than 4,700 new hotel rooms. Why isn't an idea like this being entertained? Yet they would rather renovate aging Ralph Wilson Stadium, one of the oldest stadiums in the NFL, and spend more than $200 million in doing so, in a stadium that does not have the economic impact of a New Orleans Superdome. It just doesn't happen. New Orleans invested $336 million into renovating the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, but the economic impact since it reopened was $4.1 billion. It seems that Western New York is caught up in who's the true leader and what leadership group will rise to the occasion. You have Higgins, polling cards, Byron Brown. Nobody seems to be able to work together for the true end of Western New York and this region. And this is a sad commentary in the elected leadership of Western New York. And maybe this is why we can't get a bridge done here for over 15 years, or even attract a major store into downtown Buffalo like Bass Pro. This is why people seem to avoid this area, because a lack of cohesive leadership in knowing how to compromise and work together in politics seems to be a major struggle in Western New York. And hopefully, one day, the citizens of Western New York will rise up and get these leaders out of office that refuse to work together. You cannot make it in the political world unless you know how to compromise and work together, whether you like someone or not. You do it for the interests of the region. And in attracting more jobs, you will begin to eliminate some of the major problems in the communities of Western New York. Jobs and opportunity changes the ball game. This is a game-changing idea and deserves to be heard at every front. We hope that your elected officials will be forced to listen, but they'll only do it if you make them. I'm the Mighty Ogre. We'll see you next week.